Saffron Aioli. A couple very important things with this one. Very simple recipe. All that's in it is heavy-duty mayonnaise. That's the good, the more expensive mayonnaise, the culinary heavy-duty mayonnaise. Hot water, saffron, kosher salt, and white pepper. The most important thing about this recipe is making sure that you steep the saffron beforehand and steep it for a full 10 minutes. So measure out your saffron. We're making a half recipe, so this is half of a tablespoon. The standard recipe calls for 1 full tablespoon to 5 cups of mayo. We're only using 2.5 here. So dump your saffron in, and then you're going to want to add 2 ounces of hot water to that. Okay, so you want to make sure you add hot water to it. It's important to use a styrofoam one too, because we're going to let it steep for 10 minutes, so the insulation really helps to keep the hot water. I like to pour out the hot water once, just to kind of clean out the line and make sure we're getting really good hot water in there. So again, 2 ounces of it into the saffron, and set yourself a timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so 10-minute timer is up. There we go. So again, we're making the half recipe right now. The full one would call for 5. So 2.5 cups of mayonnaise. Notice how the saffron, having steeped, has developed a lot of color into the water. It's kind of staying in the sides of it. It's really pulled a lot of that color out. If you don't steep it, you'll end up with white-looking mayonnaise and then big threads of red throughout it that'll slowly soak itself out over time. So the steeping it part is super important. I'm going to put that in there. 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. And then it is a 1/4 teaspoon for the normal one, so we're actually going a full 1/8 of a teaspoon of white pepper. Just a little bit. Take your whisk. Try to make sure you don't waste any of that saffron. This stuff is expensive, so even though I had the spatula, I'm taking the whisk and using it to get it all off in there. Back into my mayonnaise and just stir it up. Again, you can see how steeping the saffron in the water really allowed that color to come out. If you didn't do that step, or if you tried to shorten that step at all, you'd really have a very different finished product. And there it is. You can see the threads of saffron through it. You got a nice, bright, vibrant yellow color to it. It's going to look great as the garnish for the French market mahi.